Are you tired of using your mouse to click in your melodies and your notes in your piano roll, or playing your melodies on a QWERTY keyboard? If you like doing that, keep doing you, won't knock the hustle. But if you're ready to up your workflow game in FL Studio and you want a tool to help you do that, I got you covered. No, wait, Novation has you covered. Salute, Novation. Let's check it out. Hey, what's up, guys? This is Dave from Digital DJ Gear here. And today I want to talk to you about the new FL-centric controllers from Novation, which is the FLkey Mini and the FLkey 37. I can't say enough about these guys. I made a slight pivot over to FL not too long ago just to kind of see what the hoopla was about. I'm a huge Ableton user, but these controllers have actually had me spending way more time making music in FL and less time in Ableton, which is very interesting. But I think it comes down to being able to spend more time looking at the device and less time looking at the screen. You know, Novation's known for giving out really good software, but you know, everything makes sense with them, and just they did a really good job on the controller. So the FLkey Mini, let's go through that one first actually. The FLkey Mini is gonna be coming in at $109.99. So very standard price point for Novation for the Mini controllers. It is a Mini 25 key bed. You do have sustain MIDI out on it as well, bus powered, all the normal stuff. It looks very similar to what you would see from Novation pitch and mod strips. But where this shines and becomes FL-centric is going to be the functionality you have at your fingertips. So to start things off, you do have the 8 pots here, which is going to be able to control the mixer, the pan and volume. But if you jump over to shift, you can see these pads light up, and some very proprietary things for FL Studio, like your channel rack, your instrument, sequencer. It's a custom, so basically have a custom layout you can do inside of components, and then send that over to your device via components. Novation does a good job with actually giving you some different custom modes that you can load in out the gate. And then you have your controls, right? Your plug-in controls, your mixer volume, your mixer pan, and again, a custom. So you could basically assign these encoders and things to do a custom controlling messaging basically to what you want. But aside from that, they've done some cool stuff on a small keyboard, man. They added scale mode, which I think is pretty much common for them now. But they added a note repeat, which is crazy. So if you're doing hi-hats, quick hats, note repeat, it's always a thing where it's like really easy to do if you have that feature. They added it here. You can see your note repeat, your rates are here, quarter, 8, 16, 32, and triplets. They've also added in, you have the a small transport control, stop, and play and player stop, and then also your record. And the scale modes are cool because you have the ability to not play a wrong note. You choose your root note, you choose your mode, minor, major, Dorian, and so forth. And then you have that. Out the gate, easy, you can navigate through your sessions, but with the Mini, you still spend a bit more time using the mouse, I noticed for myself. Like, you know, there's no screen on it. You do have to like do some small things to kind of like maneuver. I also look at the screen a bit more with the Mini, but still for traveling, if you're used to FL Studio, the layout and stuff like that, and some people just can't leave the mouse alone, to be honest. So if that's like your thing, and no shade at all, then the Mini could work great for you for $109.99, no problem. But what I've been using more is the FLkey 37. Let's check that out. In the studio, the 37 key just makes the most sense for me. I do like having full keys. You get 3 octaves and 37. I think 37 is the sweet spot for me because you don't take up too much real estate on your desk. You get 3 octaves of keys, but it just gives you all the functionality you need, right? So at first glance, obviously, this is bigger. The FLkey is going to come in at FLkey 37, excuse me, will come in at a higher price point at $199.99. But you do get some really cool upgrades for the actual jump in price. Obviously, you get a screen. Having that screen is clutch. That lets you spend more time looking at the keyboard and less time looking at the screen on your computer. You also get some really cool chord modes that you don't get on the Mini version. Aside from that, having a bit more tactile functionality when it comes to more buttons. So I have a play, stop, record. I also have a quantize, metronome, undo, and redo, which again is clutch because you can undo what you did or redo. If you undo it, you want to get it back, redo right from the controller. You're not touching your mouse. Aside from that though, you still get your note repeat, right? And you also have your tap tempo. But let me just show you the chord modes, I think, which really makes things interesting for being creative and not necessarily know how to play keys really, really well, right? So fixed chord. Let's jump in here. And if I go to if I press shift, you can see there's two other things before I get started with this. There's two other additional mixer functions. You get the channel volume and channel pan and the mixer volume and mixer pan. On the Mini, you only get one set. But let's go ahead and jump to the, we'll go to plugin, we'll go to instrument, okay? And then we will go ahead and we will find, I have the labs loaded in. So the FL keys, both Mini and 37, do come with the a 6-month license of FL Producer. You get the AAS bundle, which is going to be the Lounge Lizard, a synth. You also get Addictive Keys from XLN. You get, which is my favorite out of the bundle though, you get the Spitfire Labs Expressive Strings. Spitfire is just probably the best when it comes to instruments and like how they capture the sounds and sample. I mean, it's probably the best set of libraries you're gonna find for composers, stuff like that, but I love it. And then you get the Clevgrand DAW cassette plugin, which is an emulator for like a DAW cassette, actual cassette, excuse me. And then you also get the RO Verb from Clevgrand too. But this Labs Expressive Strings is crazy. So it sounds great. It's Spitfire. So I'm gonna go for fixed chord. I'm gonna go fixed chord. You can see my screen shows I'm in fixed chord mode. It's blank. I'm gonna play a chord. Now all the notes in my chord are there, and now I can play that same chord with one finger. But the cool thing is I can go up and down the keyboard and have that chord transposed based upon which key I play. So again, it changes the notes relative to what key you play. Great. Take it a step further though, this is nuts. I go to shift, scale chord. Now these light up, right? Okay, well what's going on here, right? So if I go to this mode, this allows me to play those particular chords in scale, from an actual scale from the pads. So if you're not quite sure what scale you're in, you'll press the scale button. It'll tell you scale mode is on. You're in C minor. If I want to change the root note, I'll hold down shift, press scale, and then now I can change from a minor, major, Dorian scale with the pads, or I could also do my root note switch. So from C to D, D to E, E to F. You can see it all on the screen here. I'll jump back to C. Now, I'm in the actual scale chord mode, and I'll play some chords right from there. Now, if you want to take it even a step further and say, okay, wait, I have two different rows of pads here, two different colors, right? You press the page button, you can actually cycle through these. So the top is playing triads, and the bottom is playing sevenths. I can go over and do top on sevenths on top, and bottom have the ninths. So like, and then add those two little notes. That small little adjustment. I mean, those are great sounding chords right here. I mean, they did a good job, Novation. You did a good job. Okay, cool. So now I'm gonna go to the other mode, which is user chord. Now this is an actual little hack I've been doing on my SL Mark III for a while, in which if it's a scale I'm not really familiar with, I'll find some chords I like and assign those chords to the pad, and then play the pad to trigger the chord. I recommend it for everyone to do it because, like, if you're not good with playing or like your dexterity is not there for both hands, this is a good workaround. Well, Novation went ahead and put it into the controller natively. So I'll hold a pad, play a chord, it's assigned to the pads. We'll do a couple real quick. And then here. So now, it's crazy. If you don't like the chords, hold down the preset down button, pads turn red, screen says delete chord. Bye. Chords are gone, make new chords. Game changer, like game changer. No more painting in notes in your piano roll, like game changer. So aside from that though, let me just show you how easy it is to like make music and like never touch the mouse, right? Okay, so let's jump over to Shift. We'll go plugin. We'll go to the sequencer, okay? Because the sequencer is what FL's known for, and Novation's been doing a good job with their sequencer as well. We'll jump on the channel rack and see what we got. So let's start with the hi-hat. I love this feature of the finding your tempo too. So I will go metronome on. If the metronome is on and you do tap tempo, you can hear the metronome as you're tapping, as opposed to just tapping and not really getting a feel for how fast you're going, right? So I'll go, we'll come out of scales. I'll go shift, I'll go note repeat, and then I'll tap. Right? Now, I'll play the metronome. It's clutch, man. It's so good. All right, cool. You can stop that. I'm gonna go ahead and just add some hi-hats real quick. So my hats, I do 4-bar loops typically. So we'll start from the top. And we'll just throw some hats on the 64 steps. I think that's enough. Cool, so I have my hats going. Here my metronome. We'll turn it off. Now I'm just dealing with my my hats. Cool. All right, so now I'm back at the top. We'll stop that for a second. Let's go ahead and add some additional drum parts. Oh, this is a cool thing too. Presets. So, and on the FL keys, if you have a native FL plugin, like an instrument or drum module in your session, you can go through the presets of that particular plugin using the preset button. So I actually have some, let's see, I think an FCP, one of those, whatever it's called, the drum module in here. Here, let me jump back. Cool. So we'll go to instrument and we'll find it. Cool. All right, cool. So it's 808 on the screen, 808 multi. Now I can like actually go through 707, flamethrower. Now I'm actually just changing these on the fly. I'm gonna go back to the 808 one, why not? Can't go wrong with that. Okay, cool. So I'm gonna go ahead and put some drums in, so here. We'll stop that way. So we got some drums in there, and actually, you know what? I think my hi-hat's a little bit too loud, so I'll go shift, I'll go to the channel volume, and then I will come over to the hi-hat, right? I'm in channel volume, and then we should be able to, okay, my hi-hat's on what? 5. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Oh, I'm in instrument. Mixer volume, excuse me. Insert 5. So there we go. So let's play it real quick. Turn it down a little bit. All right, cool. So now I want to go ahead and actually, I found this sample on Splice. I'm gonna go ahead and just throw it in, right? I chopped it up in SliceX. It is going to be a FL native plugin, so my parameters can be controlled with the pots on here. So I'll go over here, I'll go shift, I'll go back to the instrument, I'll make sure I'm gonna plug in the actual plugin control for the pots, and then I'm gonna go ahead and scroll down. I have the sample chopped up. So listen to the sample, this is a crazy sample. Crazy. All right, cool. So let's just go ahead and play that real quick. So, and actually here, we'll go and, yeah. So it's kind of off, right? So let me try to do a better performance. I'll do undo twice. It's gone. Let's try to. try those three. This is so easy, it's crazy. Dude, it's so easy. I did not touch my mouse one time. I didn't look at the screen one time. It's that simple, man. Honestly, hats off, salute to Novation. You guys got it right. This has been having me spending more time in FL and being creative with a new DAW that I typically wouldn't use. Well, I try anything at least once, but you know, more time spent with it. And that's really thanks to the FL keys. So if you are an actual producer that utilizes FL to make your music and you are in search of a controller, if you have a controller and you want to step it up the workflow wise, I recommend the FL keys, whether the Mini for $109.99 or the FLkey 37 at $199.99. Bruh, come on, stop playing. Grab yours today at digitaldjgear.com and use code DAVEFL for a free pair of CAD MH100 headphones. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. I definitely enjoyed making it. As always, thank you for watching. Stay focused and be good to each other. Peace. We hope you enjoyed this video from Digital DJ Gear. To learn more about all of our pro audio, lighting, DJ, and recording equipment, please give this video a thumbs up and subscribe to our YouTube channel now. Be sure to leave a comment below if this video helped you, and check out these other videos we think you might like. Until next time, thanks for watching.